What up?
Hello. Hang on.
Good to hear your voice, man.
Yeah. Yeah, let me put you on. Let me see if I can put you on speaker here.
Go for it, man.
Okay. Never mind. So, anyways, yeah. How you doing, David?
I'm doing well, man. I'm in Chef Shao in Morocco right now, so
All right.
it's like a blue village.
All right. So we're gonna do. So I'm gonna set this up a little bit here. All right. So
right.
just give me a little bit here. So this is DJ StatX. It's been a while since I did a podcast, but I'm back, and I'm actually gonna do something a little different, a little off topic, but it's also something I enjoy doing. I enjoy the outdoors and traveling, and with me today is my friend David, who's an intrepid traveler, and he's calling. He's on the line right now, all the way from. Where are you at, man? Morocco? What part of the what part of the world are you at, man? You're always somewhere in the world. It's like where in the world is freaking David?
Hey, man, I just go live, dude. I don't know about everybody else, but shit, you know.
So yeah. So I remember you mentioned. I remember you a while ago. You told me the story of when you got lost in the Bolivian jungle. So can you tell us more about that experience from the very beginning?
Oh yeah, no. This place was Parque Nacional Amboró, or Amboró National Park in English. So where this is located, it's in eastern Bolivia. And you gotta realize about 2/3 of the land is forest jungle in Bolivia, although everybody goes into the freaking high altitude because that's where most of the tourism is, but that's not how most of Bolivia land is. So
Word. Okay.
So there's in eastern Bolivia called Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia. That's like a big city with 7 rings. Go further west, there's this village called Samaipata, which is actually a nice, clean village. Foreigners are invested in taking care of it. Even Bolivians will go visit because the foreigners that live there do a good job. They do.
Oh, that's good.
I've spent it's actually a rare village that, yeah, it's got foreign touch on it, but it still has Bolivian soul, and it's still pretty cool. And I can even confirm it in my interactions with the police and shit like that, which will be part of the story later in this. But from there, the way you go to the national park is the only way you get there is by taxi. So I told the taxi, all right, I'm going to go there. I'm going to spend 2 days. One day is a short trail. Second day is a long trail. Came back from the short trail day 1. Okay, smooth sailing. Second day, the long trail. I took a wrong turn, and that's what triggered me getting lost.
That's all it takes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is, because you gotta realize everything in the forest, it's not like a mountain where you can agree with from your trekking experience too. If you're like climbing up a mountain, you can see your way down. You have space around you. If you're around forests and trees, everything looks like the same shit, man.
Yeah, and I guess isn't it jungle you were dealing with? So it's a lot more like thick.
It was like forest. Yeah, it was. It wasn't like Amazon jungle, because even when I went through the Amazon full rainforest later, I'm like, man, I don't think I'd survive a day with wild boars hanging out there and shit, man. I didn't think any of that. No, some of these boars were wild. Like, it's almost like they're all chasing after a rabbit and shit, dude.
Right. Okay. So, all right. So you took a wrong turn, and so
yeah.
What transpired? With with all that.
What transpired was this. So I realized that about 4 p.m. It's like about 4 or 5 p.m. I'm like, oh fuck, because I'm just walking in, I'm zoned in. I'm like, dude, I don't think this is a trail anymore after 2.5, 3 hours. Again, you can't even tell it's a wrong turn for the longest time. Usually, you could tell within like 10 minutes.
Right.
So I couldn't tell. So the taxi driver knew to pick me up the next day. So that's how it got reported that he's like, this guy's lost. I guess we got to find it. Oh, no, he never came home last night because pretty much I was staying in a house where it's some people, you have some tourists stay there. I think I may have been the only one there, though. Okay. And you hike up like 1.5 kilometers to the park. And just to the base of the park, and then you start the trek.
So how many kilometers was that again?
5.5.
Okay, 5.5. Yeah.
Yeah, just a hike up to the trailhead. Just a hike up to the trailhead from where the camp was. And you'll see farms and you'll see cows almost like almost looks like rice paddies and shit, but it's not.
Right. So you're in the sticks. Like
rural. Yeah. So I took a wrong trail. So I took a wrong turn. And it's like, all right. So the first night was I kind of had to work my way down. I pretty much was sleeping something like in an enclosed cave, kind of. Just a head.
Uh-huh.
And keep in mind, I'm packed for a day trail. I'm not packed for anything multi-day. So you can imagine how fucking cold it gets. I mean, it was probably like 12, 13, 14 degrees at night.
Like, is that in Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Of course it's in Celsius, man.
Okay, so those of you, I mean, you just got to figure that out. Do the math.
Yeah, you do the math. It's like 50s or something like that, man. I mean, if you want to approximate it that way.
Okay.
It's not like I go the other way, but I'm in measurements and experiences where this is what I measure in. So I'm not going to use some ass backwards measurement.
Yeah.
So it's like 12 to probably 15 degrees. Mm-hmm. And I just have like one long sleeve shirt. So pretty much I was kind of shivering at night. So I had to kind of jump up, move around just to make sure. I didn't really sleep that first night because it's like, all right, I'm just lost for one night. At this point, I'm not shitting in my pants because it's like, yeah, whatever, I'm lost one night. I suspect I'll figure out my way tomorrow or some shit like that. Except it starts pouring rain all morning. Like pouring rain to the point whatever roof I had over my head was pretty much getting shot down. So it was kind of like I'm either gonna soak or I gotta move.
Uh-huh.
I move and then follow the river. However, probably lack of sleep, bunch of other shit. I'm like, what the hell? I'm thinking I heard a cow. Again, I told you. You know how it was kind of like farmland just to get your ass up to the trailhead? Yeah. I thought I heard something and I was completely fucking off. I was royally off. So I go further in. So I end up going further in, so I get more lost. So I get more lost. I go up, rain. It gets dark and I'm like, where the hell do I sleep? I literally slept underneath a rock. Like there's a rock, I squatted down and I could kind of sleep in. And I knew I had to sleep, but you're not going to sleep consistent. You're going to have to get up. Like what I pretty much did just to monitor my body warmth, because you got to realize I'm soaked too, along with it being cold.
Oh, man. Not a good combination.
Like 12 degrees soaked, not cold. So it's like, so what I did was I listened to my body. So every hour and a half, more or less, when I feel like I shiver loud enough, I get up, start jumping around just to circulate like my blood and warm it up, and then go back to sleep, and it's kind of rinse and repeat for the rest of the night.
Wow. So that was the whole process for the entire, time you were lost?
6 days, 5 nights. Yeah. But this wasn't even the final destination. So this wasn't like my final stop. It was just, you had to kind of listen to your. So what I did as a strategy just for body warmth is just listen to how loud I shivered. The louder you shiver, the colder you are. That means warm yourself up.
Yeah. So you're basically you're trying to listen to your body and doing the best you can to do what you can to survive.
Yeah, no. And it's just like, okay, if I'm shivering too loud, that means I need to warm my blood up and circulate it.
Mhm.
And then rinse it. But I'm not going to get a consistent sleep at night. And it's not like I can make it up in the daytime when it's like freaking raining cats and dogs. So that's another lovely aspect.
So yeah,
we're on day 3. So we're on day 3.
Yeah.
So I was walking along. I freaking slipped, like almost sliding down the whole damn entire waterfall. I'm like, whoa, this could be like, I might have been able to die right there, man. Just like walking down. I mean, the waterfall was huge and incredible, but Jesus. It's like, all right, I'm going to climb back up. I hit this rock that looks like a table. There's an empty Powerade bottle. There's an empty cigarette box. And there's flammable agricultural liquid. And I'm going to explain the story like the way I'm explaining it, and then you'll understand why I'm doing this later. So I'm not going to tell you what I know. I'm going to tell you what I know at the time I was lost, which was not jack. So I'm thinking it's a national park. My naive ass is thinking it's a national park. And it's like, hey, yeah, maybe park people can find me here. So this was pretty much my base where I was sleeping for 4 nights. The only thing I gave up was shelter. So at night I was going to get soaked. So I slept with my backpack on my stomach and let my camera get damaged in the process from moisture, wetness, or whatnot. Because it was either my life or my camera. And I saw freshly cut trees. So I was thinking there was an easy way out too. So I don't know what the hell I packed. There's some things that I've unintentionally packed, which became really funny and kind of worked out to my favor in my bag. One was a small bottle of whiskey, you know, like the half a bottle ones. So that helped keep me. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing with whiskey on the day trail? I must have half-assed packed, not bothered to figure out what I'm taking with me for the day trail. I'm sitting with a deck of cards, like naipes cards. So they're soaked, so I just split them open in 2 practically, and I just place them down to see if there's an easy way out. So I'm just figuring out my way. The flammable agricultural liquid, I didn't mess with it. And pretty much from day 1, my whole mindset was about when I get out and not if. I feared my life, but I never believed I was going to die, if you understand the difference. So I kept thinking about, I wish I knew you before I got lost, because I would have found ways to make fun of you, like, hey, I'm just going to tell you what a lovely extra you are, or something like that you're an extra, you're a burden, or whatnot, like something to fuck with you. And that's what just crossed my mind about when I get out. Like, who the hell am I going to make fun of?
Okay.
that kept my spirits going, man.
Right.
It was actually, at that point, I acknowledge there is a higher energy. I think you know my stance on religion. I'm not going to get into it. Okay. But I will acknowledge there is a higher energy. I don't care what it's called or what its entity. I even acknowledge I was talking to it in Spanish. I was saying, you want me to get out. I see how beautiful you are, the jungle and everything. I barely seen you, Bolivia, the country. Like, you want me to explain everything. I mean, eventually all this shit worked, obviously, right?
Wow. That's freaking amazing, man.
Yeah, no. So, and I never used the word God, Jesus, or, I mean, I don't know what man, I grew up Jewish, so I forget what Jewish people use. Adonai? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're in day 3, and you're
it's day 3, day 4, day 5. So pretty much what it consisted of was me trying to find my trail, find an easy way out. I couldn't. I carved on the rock, and I was about to say, wait here, and then here's some money to get me out, pretty much. And I'm going to explain to you the stupidity of all this down the line. Again, the stupidity of flammable agricultural liquid. My dumbass was thinking it was maintaining the park. The goodies will come out later. So during the daytime was me like, okay, I drank water from the stream. I didn't have a Sawyer filter or anything like that, but I just drank a minimal amount. I'm not drinking like your healthy 2 liters a day because I don't know what the hell is in that water, but I will drink like maybe a glass just to make sure I don't die. So it's like I make it out alive and have some like bacterial infection, worst case scenario. It's like, all right, dude, that's fine, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So,
well, you did what you had to do, man. You had no choice, you know.
yeah. You can drink shit water. I ate green onions off the floor. Also in my bag, I had weed with me too, which I ate that shit as well too. So I did eat the weed, and by about day 5, I started eating the insects. However, I've had like a bag of soaked peanuts or something like that. By the 5th day, I couldn't even ingest anything. Like everything was burning in my, like going down my chest. It was like almost like anything going down the pipe would just royally burn. It was almost like I got heartburn from taking a bite of anything.
Whoa.
So yeah, that's like when you know starvation is starting to kick in. Mm-hmm. My energy level was fine. So I went through some of that. Again, I did the rinse and repeat of like listening to myself shiver at night as when I sleep, jump around, go back to sleep. There was sunlight in the daytime, so I sometimes cut off with sleep too. So I use that as well, and that's probably what maintained my energy because I started getting some sleep in the daytime because it stopped pouring rain. And the way I was found was the guy smelled the flammable agricultural liquid. So they found me. It was day 6. I'm hearing somebody. It was actually a park guy. He was with 2 other people, and they're like, yeah, we were trying to rescue you. They told me I should have stayed in the first place. I'm like, I got rained on, so I just moved. They're like, why didn't you stay there? We did look for you there. And I did leave like a banana peel along the way. Mm-hmm. I figured I was there.
Right.
So they made it day 6. So pretty much, the guys, they asked me to go on videotape, explaining everything, explain my state of mind. Pretty much the same information I'm sharing with you. I'm sure it's probably a little bit different. I know we were hanging out at my buddy's place and I was trying to find the video. I think I know which hard drive it's on. I just got to go through that.
Yeah. You were having a pain. It was a kind of a pain in the ass trying to like find it in the cloud.
Amazon Cloud was fucking with me. I know what hard drive it's on. And actually, I'm going to move, once I get access to that drive, I'm going to move everything over to a different drive and it should be very easy going forward.
Right.
Yeah, and I still have to worry about my pictures on the current drive. So I'm going to explain my state of mind. And part of my state of mind was the first 2 days, I scrambled, I panicked, I did all this crazy shit, right? But once I got to that base with the huge rock, the empty Powerade bottle, the empty cigarette box, flammable agricultural, I'm like, I kind of told myself, all right, this is pretty much halftime, man. Start making your adjustments, man. You can still win the game. That was pretty much what I told myself. It's like, it's not over yet. Just make adjustments. What's done is done. What can you do next? So I obviously made the adjustments. I kind of told you with the deck of cards, I wasn't going to take more than 100 steps without getting lost. Go back and pick it up. I didn't find an easy way out, unfortunately. I tried following the cut-off trees, like where you can see the fresh sap. Didn't really take me anywhere. I did see some wildlife. I saw like some weird rodent-looking thing that kind of looked like half armadillo. I didn't see any wild boars. I did see one of those. I didn't see any. Yeah, I didn't see any snakes, but I did see a rodent. I would have taken a picture, but at that point, my cell phone battery died because it died on day 3, even though it was on airplane mode the whole time, because I wasn't going to get signal where the hell I was going to go anyway, so I just kept it in airplane mode.
Yeah, like, you know, as you should, you know, whenever you go outdoors, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I'm going to be living on my cell phone. Sure, in an emergency like this, it'd be nice to have signal, but fuck it. If it's not there, it's not there.
Yup.
So, the guys were ready to carry me because apparently I went uphill about 15, 20 kilometers. I still had energy to do it. I realistically felt like I could have survived another 3-4 days.
Really?
I really could.
Wow. After being in the jungle for 6 days.
I still survived. I'm not saying maybe my energy level. I mean, because at this point, it's like you don't think you're capable about it, but your adrenaline is kicked in like hell in like survival mode.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you gotta realize, and then there's just the excitement. Oh my God, I'm talking to somebody. Holy fucking shit, you know?
I could only imagine, man.
So they're climbing up, and then about 10 kilometers, about halfway there, the police showed up. And I tell them about eating my weed. They're like, where did you get the drugs from? I pretty much had to lie about it. And I'm not going to state on record on how I got it because of my security's sake. But I just told them what they wanted to hear. And they're like, look, as long as you didn't import it, you're fine. We just want to make sure you're okay. Okay, cool. We're not going to give you a hard time with the weed. So even the cops let me go for me eating my weed, you know? Because I told them I just ate my weed. And it probably wasn't the greatest idea, but gee, like I'm going to think with a clear head after 6 days of being lost.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be, lucid after being out there for that long.
No. And the cops were the reason they were great. It was to the point I was even able to pick up the videos from them. They took videotape as well, too. They were explaining me everything. And they're just like, and I told them my mindset. I never believed I was going to die. I fear my life. I never believed I was going to die.
So these police officers were part of the search party?
Yeah, they eventually got there too, yeah. They were. It got there.
Uh-huh.
And I tipped everybody off. Taxi driver too, so combined everybody, I ended up tipping about close to $500.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, each one got about $50 on average, which actually works out pretty well. By Bolivia, it's like, yeah, we did our job. I'm like, dude, my life is worth way more than that money. I don't give a shit. I live to tell this story, right?
Yeah, now you're here. You live to tell the story.
Yeah, they really tell it on the podcast, but fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so anyway, I remember you mentioning at some point, didn't you run into like a cocaine operation during this trip?
Remember I told you about my stupid naiveness about park maintenance, flammable agricultural liquid, freshly released? That points to vacate a cocaine factory. All these things point to that. Remember where I wrote on the rock and I said I was an idiot for doing that too? That all points to vacated cocaine factory. So if one of those drug lords found me, I either would have been killed on the spot or kept working for them in secrecy. And my life would be down the drain working for them.
Oh, shit. Man.
Like, fuck around, man. It's like...
Fuck. You are one lucky bastard, man.
Hey, I don't believe in luck. You just position yourself for it, right?
I guess.
I made adjustments. It worked out. I did some things accidentally correct to set myself up lucky.
So anyway, so now you're rescued.
Taxi.
So you're pretty much rescued at that point. You know, once you ran into the park officials and the police.
Yeah. Yep. I even got the video from the police later.
Cool. Man.
And even I had a couple beers with one of the guys later too. Actually, in a different city. I ran into him in a different city, and we had a couple beers as well too.
Man, I'd have more than a beer after that experience, man. Shoot.
Well, you're not gonna do anything. You're really not, because it's kind of like you can't overeat. It took me about a week and a half, 2 weeks before I started eating red meat again. So,
right, yeah, because since your body had to go through all that, you had to readjust.
Yeah, I pretty much had a bunch of cuts and nicks just from like scratches from branches and shit. So, my hiking pants are not the ones I have now, but I actually had the more entry level ones. Freaking ripped a freaking huge hole on my ass. So they took me to the hospital, and then oh my God, man, U.S. needs to learn from Bolivia. You know how much I paid to be in the hospital? About $5. Just to freaking get cared for cuts and have IV fluids.
Hey man, and that's a good deal, right?
No, and this was Village Hospital, and they took care of me perfectly fine. And imagine getting that operation done in the U.S. So I paid like about 30 bolivar, which is like, yeah, it is $5 because it's like 6 or 7 bolivar per dollar or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much I just paid for the IV fluids and paid for the bed, and then they just took care of the cuts anyways.
Hey man,
so they did take me to the hospital. So I didn't go to the hospital. It was just precautionary.
Yeah, it's kind of the part of the standard operation procedure. But yeah,
exactly.
They took care of you. You know.
Yeah, I get the IV fluids, restore my system a bit. So, and it wasn't like I was gonna eat.
Yeah.
Drink.
I mean, and you were pretty much relatively healthy. You didn't get too hurt. You know, you didn't break anything. So you were just kind of like you were just out in the boonies. You know.
It was
just a bit too long.
It was just like cuts of dehydration, pretty much, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dehydration.
Just like
yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. I told you how little water. I think I mentioned how little water I drank too. So it was just like. Drink enough not to get sick, but drink enough not to die of dehydration.
You drank just enough, and that's what freaking mattered, I mean, something's better than nothing, I
also have a Sawyer filter. Obviously, my backpacking skills have gotten more technical over the years, but...
Yeah, I mean, this is something I bet this experience, you'd kind of learn from, I bet. I mean,
there's other experiences too. I mean, you just learn by doing. Like what it is you don't need to get everything and do your research. You just go and realize other people have something, and you're like, okay, I could do this next time or something else. And I never pack perfectly. I mean,
yeah.
Even on my trip right now, I might donate like a couple pieces of clothing just to lighten my load and just like, I don't care, whatever's.
Yeah, this is great. So anyways, man, that's a great story. And I'm glad to have you on the podcast finally, David.
No, man. I mean, there's more and more stories that come from wherever the hell I'm at or whatnot.
I'm looking forward to hear more in future podcasts, and I think I'm gonna start doing more of these, and just also as a good way to keep up with what you're up to and catch up and.
Yeah, I'm never going to document anything needed too. I mean, I have photos, I can put it on my computer, sort it out and all that, maybe remember the place. But even, I think we know how much of a lazy ass I am, how apathetic I am to posting on social media too. So I guess this is
I don't blame you, but I think this is a good medium for that.
No, it's just two good buddies talking. And this is what it is. Just go along with the story. Something like this. I'm like, I could do that. What? I document like this? Cool. This is easy.
Yeah. This is easy, man. So, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up now. Since we're about half an hour and I gotta get ready for an appointment.
Not before, man. I'm sure.
If you got listeners out there, if you have any comments, please, contact me. My contact information is on my Anchor app profile. And have a nice day, guys. And thanks again, David. Good hearing from you, and hope to talk to you soon.
Good hearing from you too, man. I'm sure we gotta catch up on other stuff, anyways, man.
Yep. So, see you in the next episode. Peace.
Good, man. Bye.